Hello everyone, today I'm excited to present you even more test results from the Wrath the Lich King beta. For example, news regarding the time loss ProtoDrake, how you can get a lot of gold, and a ton of other things. But just like the other videos, make sure to comment below this video if you would like me to test anything for the next video. And the comments that get most of the likes will definitely be in higher priority because I can see there's a higher demand for these. Anyway, enjoy this video. In Stormwind City and Orgrimmar, a lot of the PvP vendors has been removed, but instead a new NPC has been added, and at this one you will be able to hand in BG marks for a new token. When you use one of these tokens, you will get a bit of honor. So in Burning Crusade, I guess you can prepare 100 of each mark, and in Wrath the Lich King you will then be able to talk to this NPC and get a lot of honor, making it easier for you to get the new level 80 PvP gear. A lot of you would also like to know if you can use the crystal below Dalaran in order to teleport to this city. But you will not be able to do this as a level 70 character. The reason for this is because you need to complete a pre-quest in order to use the crystal, and the pre-quest requires you to be level 74. In the previous video, there was a clip where I showed Shadow Meld and that you were not able to use this in combat in order to get out of combat, but people pointed out that this was because the mob had stealth detection. Therefore, I found a new target who doesn't have stealth detection, but when I use my Shadow Meld, I'm still in combat. So like I mentioned, you will not be able to use Shadow Meld to get out of combat in dungeons or raids. Some of you would also like to know if the time loss ProtoDrake will be in the game from the launch. I was kinda curious about this myself and decided to create a hunter and run all the way to the Storm Peaks. It didn't take me long to find this dragon, but the good thing about this being in the game means that the ProtoDrake will also be in the game. The reason for this is because both of these dragons was implemented into the game in the same patch. But only one of these dragons can be alive or spawned at the same time. So if you see this one, you need to kill it, and a few hours later, the ProtoDrake might spawn. At the release of Wrath the Lich King, there will be a ton of people in the new starting zones, Berean Thundra and Howling Fjord. A lot of the starting zone quests will give around 15 to 20,000 experience in Wrath the Lich King, where in Burning Crusade, it's between 10 to 15,000 experience. Of course, it is a bit of a difference, but then again, there will probably be no competition in the Burning Crusade content. The experience you gain by killing monsters is also a bit different. In Burning Crusade content, it will be around 600, where in Wrath the Lich King, it will be around 900. So overall, you will get more experience by completing quests in Wrath the Lich King, but in Burning Crusade, you don't have any competition, and you don't need to wait for new monsters or maybe quest objects to respawn. For those of you who like to play as a Tauren and also PvP, then I have some great news for you. Leeway is still in the game, allowing you to hit through pillars. Amazing if you like to do arenas, but also just to get extended range on your melee attacks. Now that I'm already talking about PvP, then some of you are also curious about the different PvP achievements and if you get some of these instantly. It seems like this will not be the case, so the moment the achievement system is implemented into the game, you will also need to do all of these things. It also seems like you don't need to be level 68 in order to take the different boats and zeppelins to Northrend. This is good news, especially for those of you who like to pick up the new professions in Wrath the Lich King. If you wish to learn the new major profession skills, for example engineering, alchemy and so, you will need to be level 65 on the character and also level 350 in that profession. For the secondary professions, it's however a bit different. For fishing, you will for example only need to be level 10 on the character and 350 in fishing. For cooking, it seems like there's no character level requirement, only level 350 in cooking. For the gather profession herbalism, you will need to be level 55 on the character and 350 in the profession, and this is the exact same with skinning and mining. But why will this be useful for someone who is level 55 or maybe just a bit higher in Wrath the Lich King? Well, because you can take advantage of this, especially in the beginning of Wrath the Lich King. The reason for this is because in Burning Crusade you can level from 375 to 400 or maybe even a bit higher with gather professions. The moment you reach level 400, you will then go back to Northrend and go to the new open world zone Wintergrasp. You can get to this zone without flying mount, but because everyone is currently level 70, no one else will be in this zone, allowing you to mine all the different veins and also loot all the different herbs. In this zone, you can get all the best high level herbs, but also ores. For example, titanium ores and frost lotus. Of course, you will need to be a bit higher level in order to pick up these, but it will not be a problem as you can level from 400 to 450 with the different gather professions in this zone. What's even more insane about this farm is that a lot of these things are not even protected by different monsters, so you can loot them right away without having to kill anything, making you able to do this farm before you're level 80. There's also been some requests about the different things regarding flying. You'll need to be level 77 to purchase the Cold Weather Flying. Regarding the Tome of Cold Weather Flying, it seems like it will not be in the game at the launch of Wrath the Lich King, meaning that you will not be able to reach level 80, purchase this and send it to an alt and use Cold Weather Flying as a level 68 character in Northrend. Of course, this might still have a chance to be changed. I mean, the beta was just released a few days ago, but right now you're not able to purchase this because the NPC is not in the game. However, an item that will be in the game at the launch of Wrath the Lich King is the Mysterious Egg. This you can purchase when you reach the Verd with the oracles, and after 7 days the egg will hatch, giving you a chance to get the green ProtoDrake. There's also been a request to test if you can use the Squire's or Elder Shoulder enchants on the heirloom gear. I can't get the heirloom gear right now, but by inspecting this guy, I can clearly say that you need to be level 70 in order to benefit from the enchant, so you will not be able to put the enchant on the heirloom shoulders and benefit from this as a level 1 character. I also decided to test a new profession, Inscription. This was to see the amount of pigments you get whenever you use milling on 5 herbs. I ended up testing this with a lot of herbs, and I always got between 2 to 3 pigments for every 5 herbs. So for those of you who plan to prepare for this profession, I hope this information will help you a bit. There's also been some requests to test the different Burning Crusade PvP quests, and if you get honor from these in Wrath the Lich King. The quest in Honor Hold will not give you any honor, but now the quest will instead be giving you a PvP trinket. There's also a PvP quest in Terracar Forest, but when I completed this, I sadly didn't get any honor. I've also decided to retest Snapshotting. So when I use a trinket to improve my spell damage and I use a curse, the damage from the curse will also be higher for every single tick. And the good news is that when the trinket expires, the damage from the curse will still remain the same. But what will happen if I use a Shadow Bolt to refresh the duration of the curse? Sadly, the damage of the curse will also be lowered, and it will do the same amount of damage as if I casted the curse without the trinket being active. More and more of you would also like to see the different PvP vendors in Wintergrasp and what items you will be able to purchase. Sadly, there's none of these vendors in the game right now, but hopefully they will implement them into the beta anytime soon. But when they do this, I'll definitely include it in one of the upcoming videos. I highly suggest you to also watch part 1, 2 and 3 of this series. And if you wish to see more of these videos in the future, then make sure to subscribe to the channel. That way I also get notified that people are interested in this series. But yeah, that's also about it for today. As always, thank you so much for watching and have an amazing day. Peace.